We have a massive southern snowstorm that will be bringing snow and freezing rain to many areas that haven't gotten wintry precipitation since 2021. So we're going to be going through that today, as well as the impacts in the Northeast, where many cities haven't gotten an inch of snow in a single day in 2 years. So taking a look here at our current hazards from the National Weather Service, have a lot of winter storm warnings out from Texas all the way through West Virginia here, as well as winter weather advisories from the Mexico-Texas border into West Virginia. And those winter weather advisories will be getting extended in the next 24 hours into the Northeast. So our Weather Prediction Center has issued a major impact on the WSSI Winter Storm Severity Index for portions of Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. These are areas where we could be seeing a half a foot of snow, or at least 3 inches of snow, or we could be seeing heavy freezing rain. They're right on that border, especially in northern Mississippi. So these are the areas where we will be seeing heavy travel impacts due to this storm. In these oranges, this is mostly the snow area, up to a half a foot or maybe even 8 to 10 inches in some spots of Tennessee, as well as ice in portions of Arkansas still running throughout most of the day on Monday. We have ice impacts in portions of Louisiana and Texas. That is where we see those limited impacts, those bluish grays, and we have snow impacts in the Northeast where we see those yellows, those minor impacts. Taking a look here at the RRFS, we are taking a look at this system here as it runs through. We are taking a look right in here, right? This is Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, areas that don't get snow a lot. But we are seeing snow falling in these areas up to a half a foot possible. But this is a stationary front. This thing is not moving, so we're going to be seeing precipitation linger over the same areas for an extended period of time, upping those snow totals, but also upping the ice totals in some areas. This pink here, that is all freezing rain, and that extends all the way back to the Texas-Mexico border, right out to the Rio Grande. So we are taking like a very vast look at a very dangerous situation, because do not count out Houston and New Orleans for wintry precipitation. That doesn't happen very often in these areas. I believe the last time we had any wintry advisories was in 2021. That was where we had those massive power outage impacts in Texas. And this storm will be lingering around all day Monday, and we start to finally see this thing push out early Tuesday as we have this low pressure moving across Florida and into the Northeast, where we will be seeing snow impacts. Now, this is an area that we could be seeing either very high totals or very low totals, depending on how much moisture there is. Because the other thing with this storm system is that there's a lot of cold air to tap into. We have most of these areas are lingering in the 20s right now, and we're talking low to mid 20s at that. So we're talking that snow that you can clear off your sidewalks, your driveway, just by using a leaf blower. Very dry snow, which means that per every inch of liquid, every inch of, let's say it was raining, 1 inch of rain could be that 10 to 15 inches of snow, just because of how powdery this snow is going to be. We're talking fresh powder in the Northeast for the first time in a while. We usually have been getting that wet, packable, snowball, snowman snow, but we're taking a look at the powder that you would rather have at your ski resorts. We're going to be seeing that in some of our busiest corridors of the country here on that Boston-Washington megalopolis. So as this storm rolls through, do not count out some mixing at the coastline. We're talking areas such as Long Island, Cape Cod. We're not talking the cities even. We're more so talking the very, very coastal areas of New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, maybe even portions of New Jersey as well. And these areas will be seeing some of that extended time period of maybe some freezing rain, maybe some sleet, maybe even some rain mixing in. But those are the areas where we could be seeing some wintry mix. Now, as this storm rolls out, don't count out this storm amplifying into Maine and New Hampshire. Those areas could pick up over 6 inches of snow, depending on how this storm really turns into gear around the end of its lifespan in the U.S. Now, taking a look here at freezing rain totals, before we take a look at snow, we could be seeing a glaze of ice from Mexico to New Jersey with this storm system, and we don't count out a tenth to even a quarter of an inch with this storm system as it moves through, and we see that stalled area of freezing rain over the south. Now, for my predictions for snow, we have in this light blue that is 0 to 3 inches of snow. In this dark blue, that's 3 to 6. That counts most of the Northeast. I really don't think, even though those snow to liquid ratios will be very, very high, and we could be seeing some areas pick up a half a foot of snow, I don't think there's going to be enough of a moisture transport to really kick into high gear in the Northeast. This is something that the Northeast is very used to. 3 to 6 inches shouldn't be a problem. Now, as we look to the southeast here, we're taking a look at maybe even up to 10 inches of snow from Tennessee up through Virginia. These are areas that don't get a lot of snow typically, except for those mountainous areas of West Virginia, and North Carolina. But Nashville isn't very equipped for the snow. But the good news here is that this is a more prolonged event. We're talking about less of a push with that snow. We're not talking about 6 inches falling in just a few hours. This will be extended over your Monday, so maybe those conditions will be a little bit better off because of that extended time period. But that is what I'm thinking there in that pink color that is 6 to 12 inches. I would say mostly on the lower 2/3 of that range. I don't see anybody getting over 10 inches, although do not count out a small area depending on where some banding sets up. Maybe some areas get to that foot to 12, 14 inches. Maybe in some isolated spots. But in general, we're talking 6 to 10 inches from areas closer to Memphis all the way up into West Virginia. But stay tuned here for more updates. This storm has been changing a lot over the last week. So stay tuned here for more updates. This chart may change in the next 12 to 24 hours. So I will see you guys very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click that subscribe or that follow button, and I'll see you guys very soon.